Mr. Altmire at this time for any questions you may have.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank the panel. We, many of us have had the opportunity to talk with the folks at Google and hear about what they do, and to hear the real-world examples here in front of us of how you utilize that technology really helps put it in perspective for me. And I want to thank you. And I have a question about that in particular, that Google holds such a dominance in the market, in the search engine capacity, and obviously it's such an important component of your business. Do you have a fear of the dominance of Google moving forward with regard to search engines?
Who are you asking that to?
Well, let's start with Mr. Snell.
See, Google has done such a good job. It's kind of like Elvis when he got into the record business, you know? Yeah. He did such a good job of making records that everybody wanted to buy his records. And then Elvis said, hey, I think I'm going to get in the movies. And it's like, oh, no, Elvis is getting in the movies. He's taking over. I think Google, they're like light years ahead of everybody else. The thing that I sleep well at night knowing that there are so many people watching Google right now. I could not imagine the scrutiny that they are under from you guys, from their advertisers, from their customers, who run their ads on their websites. I mean, I don't really have a problem. I would like to see less consolidation in the industry from a more search partners, but at the same time, it's like Google could be evil. You want to talk about maximizing your revenue? They could immediately double their revenues. Do you know any other multi-billion-dollar company that could press a button and go completely to a pay-per-click model, totally eliminate the organic, and just like have a killer quarter, and then go out of business the next quarter because everybody would jump ship and go somewhere else? But it's in their best interest to not be evil.
Right. Not to mention that's not their only business line. They are into a number of different digital tools that are oftentimes free to use for small businesses and for consumers alike, and they've really created their company on a model of innovation, and innovation is what we need in this country right now.
Mr. Carter?
Yeah, Congressman, I think that's a great question. Probably of anyone here on the panel that would have a fear or should have that fear would be me, because the other members in the panel here are actually buying their traffic, and my traffic, every bit of it is for free. I have no fear whatsoever, and I would say I had fear 5 years ago, or maybe a little bit longer, because I didn't totally understand the system. But as maybe you were not here when I've said it before, I spend about an hour each day doing my own internal research on how the search engines, not just Google, just search engines work. And what I've discovered, and I really do hope many small businesses are listening to this right now, because I'd be more than happy to help them. It's not as hard as you might think. What my research has shown me is that if you want to rank really well in the search engines, you just have to do a good job on your website. Think about this for a minute. Here's how simple it really probably is. If you were Google right now or Yahoo, and on your front page, when someone types in orange dog collars, in the case of Mr. Snell, those top results, if they aren't really good web pages about orange dog collars, if you do that 3 or 4 or 5 times, you go, you know what? This search engine is not very good. I'm not using it anymore. So I think what the search engines have done is they have developed sophisticated algorithms. They actually are able to recognize those websites that are working hard, that are doing it the right way, that are not selfish, that are actually thinking of the common good, and they reward those websites with a higher presence. I think another thing that can happen is that I know this from my own log files, that I know how much time someone spends on a page before they go to another page. And if all of a sudden the search engines see that a particular website, that people go to this page, that they are engaged, like, wow, this is a good video, or this is good content, or whatever, their search engines go, wow, that person, whoever they are, they must really like that. I think that must be a good thing. I think that's how simple it is. So there should be no fear. The only fear that I think that any small business should have out there should be, am I working hard enough to produce really good content that engages the people that need the help, whose problems have to be solved?
There's also consumer benefit to it, in that the advertising is relevant. The advertising is relevant to their interests. We live in a world where advertising historically has been interruptive. It's been a billboard on the street or an interruptive ad while you're watching a television program. You see a 30-second interruptive ad, and it very well could be something you're interested in, or it could have absolutely no interest to you at all. The technology allows for relevancy, and that's a new dynamic that's been introduced due to the digital ecosystem, and that's valuable to the consumer.
Can I add something real quick?
Certainly.
I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket, and let's not even talk about Google. Let's just talk about search engines, all right? I don't want to be dependent on search engines in general. Let's just say you guys decided that people are spending too much of their free time and too much time at work on the internet, so we're going to cut search engines off. We're going to take a search engine vacation for a week, okay? I don't want to go out of business. And so we have basically come up with several different ways to make sure that we're not only getting traffic from paid search and free search on Google and Yahoo and MSN. You know, it's like I recommend to my clients and to other retailers, and the small guys, the micro guys, you know, you build a customer list. You have an email marketing campaign where you communicate, you know, both information and product specials to your existing customers, both through snail mail and through email. You can also sponsor websites. Like I've got a site called bobthejanitor.com that sells janitorial supplies. We need to hook up. Yeah. I'm probably running, unbeknownst to me, I'm probably running ads on his site through contextual because, like, on his, you know, how to clean up a, you know, how to unclog a toilet, I probably have, you know, janitorial supplies ads running on that site.
Let me add this, Rob. Congressman, one thing that's really interesting there is that let me tell you how sophisticated that advertising really is. Small businesses can go out right now. I know they can do this at least through Google, maybe Yahoo and some other ones. They can actually target specific sites, meaning I have in my account at Google where I'm displaying my ads, I'm actually telling companies in the world, here's the type of ad you'll get, here's where it will be, this is the positioning of the ad, and these are the type of people that are coming. I mean, that's unparalleled communication back downstream to the advertisers so that Mr. Snell would know exactly where his ad's going to appear, and he can buy a specific spot on my website. That is powerful.